This is a quick overview and teardown of these Chinese LED lamps that are often squishable, like this sleepy cat. As you can see, when you bonk it, it changes brightness and then goes through a color cycle mode. Very slowly color cycling, that is. Including one off mode. And there's a capacitive power button on the bottom and a micro USB port on the back. There's also an infrared remote where you can specify certain colors. However, it does not offer the warm white option nor the fading option that you get by bonking the cat. So all the color options on the remote and the cat itself are separate. All right, let's get inside. So you pull the bottom out of the cat's just rubber. And now you have the lit base. And then that's just a transparent dome with 2 PCBs and a battery inside. So inside you can see, obviously, the battery, a small PCB on the bottom, which serves as the capacitive sensor for the power button, the micro USB board, the battery connection board for some reason, just a few other things. It's a daughter board. And on the top, you have the main show. You can see 2 large components, an infrared receiver on the left, and a jolt sensor on the right, which is what makes it change color when you bonk it. You can see the LEDs. You have the warm white LEDs for when you've got those first 2 bonk colors, then RG and B LED, so that way you can get different colors with the remote or the color cycle mode. So, got 2 warm white brightnesses, the RGB cycle mode, and then you can, of course, override the colors. And when you do a color override with the remote, it resets the bonk sensor back to a beginning of the loop. Let's turn that back off. So, the other components on the circuit board are the battery connector, your power connector that goes through the daughter board. You've got the main controller IC right here. I can't see any distinct markings. And some basic drivers for the LEDs, but that's about it. The most interesting thing about this light isn't the light itself, but its design, because this is a very nicely made circuit board, better than most Chinese electronics that are this cheap. It's got, it's versioned, it's got dates stamped on it, it's very clean and nicely laid out. It is only 1 layer. If you hold it up to the light, you can see. But it's still very nicely designed. And so that makes me think that this is reusable across a whole bunch of lights, because you can just put this battery cell on these 2 circuit boards in tons of different shapes and configurations. So then some manufacturer decided they could take these 2, put it in this little dome, and then put that in any number of squishable rubber shapes. So this is a squishable rubber shape base, and this one just happened to come with this cat. Or this could be put in, say, a more conventional table lamp, and then you just have the receiver controller up in the head, maybe the battery somewhere else, whatever shape you want. And so it's pretty nice and cool to see these parts be reusable for different form factors. As far as repair goes, since it's very simple, I don't expect much failure. It'll be pretty easy to replace this cell if you ever want to. Well, I still have a few seconds left on my camcorder. Let's go and take some quick measurements. The battery cell is 68.8 millimeters, and it's only slightly wider for the entire basis of the dome, 72.9. The PCB itself is 50.5 by 36.6. All right. Running out of time for my 4K recorder mode, so that's it. Thank you, and again, sorry for the mess. I hope this was informative.